Do we all have a story of blocking our mama's hit, but then she tell everybody you tried to fight her? She said that she got there and they said, oh, you're at the wrong location. Excuse me? They said, oh yeah, you got to go vote down the street. I said, friend, they must not know that we know and understand our history. Because since when would we get out of line? So when I walked into my polling station, it was 8 to 10 on this side and 8 to 10 on the other side. My friend said when she got in, there were 10 slots, 7 on the Republican side, 3 on the Democratic side. Sounds like voter suppression to me. So, hey y'all. Yeah, we real relaxed today. Got on my little Jamaica sweatshirt. About this time last year.
Making our way downtown.
Walking slow because I'm sleepy. You gonna get my video? Say hi, Otis.
Hi.
Otis helped us tremendously to get through
First time in Jamaica, the first person she meet.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Otis was wilding. As soon as I hopped off the plane, he said, you want to get through customs real quick? I said, yeah. He said, hop in the chair. He starts running through the airport. My homegirl running behind us. But hey, we got through customs in record time and he got a whole bunch of money. Yeah, we went to Jamaica in March of last year. Tomorrow I'm going to New York and I ain't got Nathan packed. I got stuff like thrown in the suitcase, but not one suitcase has been properly packed or zipped. Not a toiletry pack, nothing. So y'all say a prayer for your girl. And I said that jokingly, but I mean for real, like say a prayer for me because God, we need you to keep the world together. Our commander-in-chief thought it was okay to bomb a country that does not care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Yes, he did. He did. And it's okay. We're going to continue to, keep the show going because life goes on. I just say a prayer for our armed forces because who wants to be in a war? Like, I don't know. It's too much. It's entirely too much. But y'all know what time it is. Makeup and messy story time. I'm about to do my makeup. Even though I'm not packed because the content still needs to be made. And honestly, truly, I'm behind schedule. So we're gonna do this makeup real quick. We're gonna listen to this crazy story time. I'm also gonna be following this tutorial because child, sometimes I just feel like my makeup be too heavy, and I really don't care for a heavy makeup. Like I make it work, but I don't like my makeup to be heavy. So that's that. So I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe so we can get into this thing. But y'all, I done chit-chatted long enough. Y'all gotta give me a little grace today. Let's go ahead and get into our story time, and yeah.
My first Karen was my mama. And no, she wasn't a white woman. She was just light-skinned. But her name was Karen, and that means something. The first thing about being a Karen means never having to say you sorry. And my mother has never in her life apologized to anybody. One day, she was in absolutely rare form. I had done something to piss off Jesus. I don't know what. I can't remember. She took it upon herself to inflict the punishment, which was she went through every drawer, every closet, pulled every piece of clothing I owned out, put it into the middle of the floor, and my punishment was to fold it all back up and put it back in the closet. But in the midst of her doing this, in the midst of her grabbing all these clothes and shirts and jackets, everything just throwing it in the floor, she passes out. Literally just pass out in the middle of the floor. So I'm like, God, whose side are you on? Because I feel like I just won. Get her Jesus is what it is. So as she's laid out in the doorway, I decide I'm just going to tiptoe over her and continue on with the rest of my day. Let her rest is how I felt. So I started stepping over her inanimate body. And all of a sudden she pops up. Okay, she just pops up. I was terrified. She grabbed me by the ankle, bit my ankle. I fall to the floor. She started kicking and screaming. So I'm running. I don't know what the hell is happening, because the last second you was passed out, now you popped up and you biting ankles? What that got to do with Jesus? So I run on the top floor, right, of the house. It's a little landing. Starts running toward me. I back up. Because what would anybody do when somebody is running toward them? I back up. She falls down the stairs. She tumbles. It was slow and dramatic. She was fine. She made it hot. It was fine. But did she roll a little bit down the stairs? Yeah, she rolled a little bit down the stairs. And then she told everybody that I pushed her. I can't believe my own daughter would push me down the stairs in my own home.
Do we all have a story of blocking our mama's hit, but then she tell everybody you tried to fight her? It's not just me, right? So, did I deserve this? I did. Because I was tripping. But I used to be sleepy. Like, I went through, I can't even call it a phase. I would say from middle school all the way through college, I was just sleepy all the time. Like, I could take a nap every single day. And I needed a nap every single day. Well, what had happened was, I can laugh about it now, but I was not laughing then. What had happened was I had wasted some beans in the floor. Like, I think I was, so before my siblings came along, I was an only child, which meant I was the one that was solely responsible for all of the chores. Well, what had happened was I was putting these beans in a Tupperware container. I dropped them. I think I was going upstairs to get a towel, but I forgot I was also putting up the food and washing dishes. And I was like, forget those dishes. I'll do it later. Y'all, tell me why I fell asleep. I caught myself taking a nap. Why did I do that? I didn't wake up till like 10 something. And you know, like when your mama calls your name a certain way, you know you in trouble. And like when she called my name, I knew exactly what I did. I was like, so I come downstairs. She was like, who did this? Because it's just me, her, and my daddy in the house. She, my daddy wouldn't do nothing like that. I was like, and I'm stuttering about like how I am now. I was like, see, what happened was y'all, she tried to punch me. And I was like, I was trying to block it. She said, you trying to hit me? You trying to hit me? Put your hands down. Put your hands down. And I will say this, my mother is not a violent person, but I tried her. I definitely tried her that day. I was doing too much. I was the one that was at fault in the scenario. So, I don't know. I'm kind of trying to follow the girl, but I don't know. I think I'm going to have to put my bronzer back on because she used like she used a concealer as like a bronzer. I actually used my bronzer. But you know what? I'm going to keep it like that because the girls be underpaying. And they told me if I wanted to do the blush thing right, I need to be underpainting. And I'm like, well, what's the point of underpainting if you're going to paint over it? But they makeup look good. Mine look okay. Maybe I need to listen to what they saying. But yeah, girl, she told everybody I tried to hit her. And what made it so bad was at the time she was pregnant with my sister. So once I explained to everybody, I was like, I didn't try to hit her. Like, she was trying to hit me. And they were like, why'd you leave the beans in the floor? I'm like, because I forgot. And I was always sleepy. I mean, the thing with her is my mama, when she got a whooping, it was over. Like, she's a very forgiving person. I'll say that. She ain't holding on to no grudges or nothing. Now, my daddy, on the other hand, he gonna drag it. Oh my God. Like, sir, give it up. Give it up, give it up, give it up. So, speaking of the underpainting, I think it works. Do I look like I got a contour line? It don't look like a clear contour line, but I got a contour line. I'm gonna put it back on there in a minute, y'all. I don't know. I'm just trying to be better. Cause clearly, I ain't gonna say I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to update my skill set. Let's get back to the story.
Home. Angela Bassett, you need to relax. It was too much. It was too much. But she left me alone for the rest of the day. So I go in my room, did it as I was told, folded all the clothes, hung everything back up, minded my own business. But like I told you, Karens never have to say I'm sorry. So what does she do? She comes in the room and she says, you want to go to Big Boy? Big Boy is one of my favorite restaurants in the world. Okay, Big Boy got burgers, fries, chicken, wings. It's a great place, okay? Most of the time, owned by Middle Eastern people. It was Detroit. Huge Middle Eastern population. Understand. That was the place where she went to apologize without apologizing. And I knew exactly what this was. So, of course, I say, yes. Yes, I would like to go to Big Boy. Thank you. We get in the car, we go to Big Boy. Get there, walk up. Welcome to Big Boy. We're a little short-staffed today, but I'm going to get you guys some water, and I'm going to come back with the menus. It was a hot summer day, and I was in 10-year-old heaven, just sipping my drink. But after a moment, I noticed that my mother is way too damn quiet, and I look up and she's fuming. She's already fuming. Her little foot is just tapping on the floor, and she is not happy. She is not happy. She helped them before us. We were here first. So I look over to see who she's talking about, and I'm like, no, I think I saw them when we sat down. She's like, no, what did I say? Right, you are right. They were here after us, Mom. I am sorry. We look around. We see the waitress. She's bopping from table to table, taking orders, dropping water, dropping drinks. She looks up and up. She's like, sorry, just 1 minute. So after about 2-3 more minutes, the lady comes over. She's like, hello, I'm so sorry. As I let you know, short-staffed. Some waters. Can I get you anything else to drink? My mom says, no, we don't want anything else to drink. Okay, are you ready to order your food? No, we're leaving. Oh, okay. Is something wrong? I watched you go to every other table in here, and you didn't come to us, and we were here first. Why is that? The waitress says, ma'am, I had to help the other customers first. They were here first. So I was just kind of making my way around. But I'm here now. If you want to order, I would love to get you some food. No, we're leaving. You didn't help us. And I think you didn't help us because we're black. But this is America. Even as a 10-year-old, I know that this is going to a place that it does not need to go. I see my mama getting hot. I see the waitress getting hot. But my mother doesn't stop. To be in this country, you need to treat people with respect. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I'm 10. You know what, ma'am? I think it is time for you to go. You can go ahead and leave. Thank you. I left first. I was already leaving. So come on, Kimber. Now they know my name. Now my name in the middle of the shit. They don't know her. They don't know Karen, but they know Kimber. This is some bullshit. So I get up, my arms folded. I didn't even get to finish my ice cold delicious water. Get up, walk out the door. She's walking behind us. People are staring. Everyone's disgusted. I just want to get back to the car. And then the waitress says, walk faster. My mother turns around in slow motion to look back at this woman. Because how dare you talk to Karen that way? She says, why don't you go back to your country? Everybody is looking at us. I am red, beat red in the face, ashamed. I may be 10, but I know that this is fucked up. And now I'm pulling my mom. Mom, come on, let's go. Because people are rising from their seats. They are pissed. The chef is coming out the back. He got a spoon in his hand. I don't know what he gonna do with that spoon. We need to go. So we get to the car. She look at me. She's like, I can't believe that my own daughter did not defend me. You're supposed to have my back. Can't believe you just threw me to the wolves. I'm sorry, but weren't you just the one that told them to go back to their country? I think you're the wolf. I didn't say that. I was thinking it. I was 10 though. And I just said, but Mom, you told them to go back to your country and that's not okay. And she's like, oh, okay, right. Right. She put the car in drive, drove home in silence. And the one thing that I learned is that Karens can only be defeated by humiliation or death. And unfortunately, both happened to my mama. Yeah.
That is not funny, but that is hilarious. What? I was not expecting the ending at all, but both happened to my mama. Oh my God. I'm so glad that my mama was not a Karen. Now, is she extra? She is. She is very extra. But like for my mama, I will say that she is very patient. She is very forgiving. But can she be extra sometimes? Absolutely. Oh my God. I knew I was tripping with my makeup because this is already looking better. Don't y'all think? What? I just need a little tutorial, just a little quick little tutorial. We're gonna figure this thing out. So back to me. My flight is, it's not till like 9:30. No, it's at 9 because they start boarding at 8:30. I do remember that. My friend is also flying out tomorrow. She was like, hey, I think I asked her, I was like, hey, what time is your flight? And I think they leave at like 8 something too. She was like, you trying to get us in the lounge? I'm like, of course. So we were waiting to find out what terminal we're in because we know we fly an American because when you flying out of DFW, you fly. I flew Delta. No. I had to go to Love Field to fly Delta because I was flying home. Yeah, I was flying home. So, the good thing, like with American, I can fly straight home. If I fly Delta, I have to stop in Atlanta because, you know, Atlanta is a hub for Delta, which the last time I flew home, I was like, I'm not paying these prices at all. So I had points, had to fly Delta. It wasn't bad at all because once I get on the flight from Atlanta to my hometown, it's literally like a 30-minute flight. Like you up in the air, it's not even long enough to fall asleep. So that's that. I have never flown to New York from DFW, and normally New York is like a 2-hour flight. Something like 3 hours. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I told y'all about my New York plans. The initial plan was for me to come by myself, and then it turned into a sister trip, and then it turned into a sibling trip, and now my mother is coming on Sunday. No, it's not Sunday, Saturday. All I'm praying is that the country does not, go under while I am away from home. I don't want it to go under at all, but like, you think about terrorist attacks and stuff, and really it ain't terrorist attacks, it's them defending themselves because that man definitely bombed their country. And you know what else I heard? I heard that us here in America, we're not getting the true reports. Like, I think it was like a Reuters, am I saying that right? I think it's Reuters, report out of another country. I can't quite remember. They're saying like, oh, only 3 people have died. No, it's more like 150. And I try to be mindful of what I say about people, but it's kind of showing like, bro, y'all are evil. Like, these are people's kids. These are real people. And y'all literally had no reason to bomb this country. Like, what? Is you cool? Clearly you not. And like, the part that gets to me is like, y'all are dang on near 80. Some of y'all are in y'all 80s. This is not going to affect you at all. It's not going to affect you. And I remember when they captured Maduro, the Venezuelan president. And a lot of the Venezuelans were happy because I think he became like a dictator or whatever. But what has America turned into? We definitely have turned into a dictatorship. And I never thought I would see the day. Speaking of politics, I live in Texas. And I live in the Dallas Metroplex. Yesterday was election day. We had our primaries, the Democratic and the, oh, I just messed up. The Democratic and the Republican primaries. I had to think, like, they really kind of had me messed up. I was like, have I ever voted in a primary? And I think I voted in one primary. I've definitely voted, you know, for general election and midterms, but I think this might, no, it's not. It's not. Like, let me tell y'all what's going on around here. So I did read somewhere, like before, while I'm doing my research and stuff, you know, so you need to check your polling place because Democrats and Republicans may have different locations. I'm like, okay, cool. Really, that's not what it was. In most places, in most cases, they were voting in the same place. When I went to my polling location, we were in the same room. It was like at a high school. We were pretty much in the lobby of the high school, and they had the room split, not even split with a curtain. You go to the right if you're voting Republican, you go to the left if you're voting Democrat, because you're going to get two separate ballots. Cool? I was cool with that. That's fine. My voting process was extremely smooth. When I got there, those ladies were like, we're happy to see you. Thank you so much for showing up. And the way that they said it, they were older white women. They kind of alluded to the fact that maybe there weren't a lot of people like me that showed up to vote. And that's not a bad thing because it's really based on the area that I live in. It's not a lot of people that look like me that live up here. I mean, we up here, but we're a little outnumbered. And I only really live up here because I work up here. What should I do? Should I do the light color? I think I'm gonna try the light color, y'all. Say a prayer. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna do the light color. I ain't gonna do the 26 makeup. I'm just gonna keep it light. Okay, that's cute. But I also, the way that she said it, I also picked up that maybe there weren't a lot of Democrats showing up to vote. Because honestly, truly, when I look at the signs that are on the side of the road, I really haven't seen many Democratic signs at all. And that could be because on the Democratic ballot, when it came to like the local things or the district things, there weren't many Democrats running against one another. But I will say this, I went out there and my makeup looks so good, y'all. In the next video, I'm gonna curl my hair because I watched it last night and she was a little frizzy, so I gotta curl it again. I'm missing something with my makeup. I can't quite figure out what it was, but I did my part. I went out and I voted for Jasmine. Oh, I know what I was gonna tell y'all. Y'all know I kind of get over here and then I get over there. Long story short, my experience with voting in the primaries here in Texas was fine. I voted in every election since I've been here. In my old neighborhood, like I could walk to my polling place. Like it was literally at our community center or whatever. So I, on my way there, I called my best friend. I was like, hey girl, what you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm on the phone with my mom and my aunt. I was like, she was like, what you doing? I was like, I'm going to vote. She said, oh dang, I am supposed to be doing this. I'm almost home. I'm gonna stop by the library right by my house and vote. I said, cool. I said, call me later. So I ended up having another meeting last night and we're texting and she was like, girl, it is a lot of voter suppression going on in Texas. I'm like, girl, shut your mouth. Like, what are you talking about? Because I mean, I just voted an hour ago and it was easy peasy. She said that when she got to her normal voting location that she has been voting in since she has been in Texas, she's been in Texas longer than I've been in Texas. She said that she got there and they said, oh, you're at the wrong location. excuse me? They said, oh yeah, you got to go vote down the street. And she's like, okay. Y'all, when she went to her initial voting location, she could walk right in and vote. She gets to the new voting location and the line is like wrapped around the parking lot. And she's like, what the heck is going on? So she's like, okay, girl. She gets in line and she pretty much finds out that she pretty much finds out because she gets in line. She sees, oh, there's two lines. One for Democrats, one for Republicans. Guess which one was wrapped around the parking lot? Yes, if you guess the Democratic voting line was wrapped around the parking lot, you're right. And she said the Republicans were just going like straight in, coming straight out. And she's like, what is going on? Y'all, guess what else they said? And I know for a figgity fact that this is not true. They were walking to the Democratic line. They were like, yeah, voting ends at 7, but if you're not in the building by 7, you can't vote. Excuse me? That's a bold-faced lie. Anyone that has ever voted in any election knows that as long as you are in line before 7 p.m., you can go in and vote. They lied to those people thinking that they would get out of the line. I said, friend, they must not know that we know and understand our history. Because since when would we get out of line? She said, exactly. I said, so what time did you vote? And actually, so we were texting. We didn't get to talk on the phone until today. She said 9 p.m. When I talked to her, initially, I was on my way to vote. It was 5 o'clock. Around 5:30, she said, I'm on my way. Either she was on her way to the library or the other place. And I was like, well, oh, she was on her way to the other place because we did talk again. I said, well, I got to go into this meeting. Just call me later. And then she tells me all this is going on. Girl. They were hoping those people would leave. Oh my gosh, this is such a pretty color. So this is one of those glam light colors that I bought. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, and it smells so good. This is hot cocoa. Oh, that makeup tutorial did this thing. Y'all, I haven't even sprayed my face down. And I'm beat. Do you hear me? Beat. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put my mold back on my face. I'm going to say this as humbly as I can. I look amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh. What? I'm looking at myself in the monitor and I really can't get enough. Like, what are we doing? What is we doing? I don't think I have enough blush on this cheek. Y'all know how I be doing. Hold on. There we go. Good googly. Just, I hope y'all love yourself as much as I love me. I say that humbly, but also understanding that God did his big one when he put me on the face of the earth. Yeah, you know, have I had to have a couple of glow ups over the years? Absolutely. Am I currently glowing up right now? Yep, I am. But back to the matter at hand. Hold on. Let me spray myself down. Hold on. Y'all, my hair ain't even done, and I'm back to what we were talking about. So my meeting went from like 6 to 9, very long, especially after a work day, and I hadn't been on social media. So I get home and my cousin texts me. She's like, girl, what happened? And when she texts me, I'm like, I know exactly what she's talking about. Jasmine didn't win. So it hadn't been tabulated at that time, but I think at the moment it was like 75 to 25%. In all of the pre-polling, and they do all these studies, and for the most part, they tend to be accurate. She was slated to win. Not to say that, why can't I get this thing on right? Okay. Not to say that James Tallarico may not be a good candidate, but they've been, y'all, as my daddy would say, they was play pimping, y'all. They was play pimping. They was doing too much. And to an extent, it worked. But she was like, here is the voter fraud hotline. Y'all need to report it. And I'm like, you're right. You are so right. So I gotta forward it to my friend, but I think I'm just gonna report it myself. So I wake up today and I finally have the bandwidth, to like, look into a couple of things. Y'all, there were so many reports of voter fraud in Texas, especially in the DFW. Oh, I didn't finish telling y'all why it was considered voter suppression. So one, they were sending people were going to their correct polling station. They were sending them somewhere else. And when they got to those places, there were limited slots, like limited stands where you could vote. So when I walked into my polling station, it was 8 to 10 on this side and 8 to 10 on the other side. My friend said when she got in, there were 10 slots, 7 on the Republican side, 3 on the Democratic side. Sounds like voter suppression to me. Y'all, when I say pray for this country, like pray for this country for real, because we've had so many elections interfered with, and then we have this impending war going on. At this moment, it's referred to as a conflict. And it just seems like nobody's willing to do anything. So the Senate, they were trying to pull back some of his presidential power, and it failed. Because all these politicians that have been bought, and I'm just so over it. When I tell you I'm so over it, never mind, I'm a hush. I'll just say this. I could deal with the old way a little bit better than this, because I'm gonna go off on a tangent and y'all gonna see a different side of me. Not like a bad side, but I get passionate about some things. And this is one thing that has been grinding my gears. Y'all, should I wear makeup to the airport tomorrow? I think I should. So normally I get to the airport 30 minutes before my flight. And when my friend was asking would I get them into the lounge, she was like, oh, never mind. I know you like to show up right before your flight. You doggone right. Because what are we doing? No. The only reason I show up maybe like an hour before my flight is if I'm checking a bag. So I do have to get there at least an hour before my flight tomorrow, because I am checking a bag. But other than that, nah, whatever. So I may see her in the morning. I may not. Even though we're both flying with American, she's flying out of a different terminal. And then I reminded her, I'm like, hey, friend, you actually have access to the Capital One lounge. She was like, you're right. So I just told her to look up and see if it's one in Terminal A. But I do want to see my friend. I ain't seen her in about a week or so.
Have fun.
Another thing, I don't go to sleep before flights. I just don't. It's just something about it. I don't know. I just don't go to sleep before the flight. So we're going to film this second video of me curling my hair, and then I'm going to pack for real. Pray to God that the power doesn't go out, because, child, y'all hear that thunder and the lightning? Y'all hear that thunder? I don't have my little noise canceling mic on today, so it is definitely priming up to rain. That's another thing. Hopefully the flight doesn't get delayed, because that's one thing that they were talking about. They were like, if you'd like to change your flight, let us know. I'm like, change my flight for what? And they were saying it was because of impending weather. I'm like, okay, girl, get it together. And this is gonna be my siblings' first time in New York, so I timed it to where everybody is going to get to New York at the same time. Like, all of our flights are supposed to arrive at 1:30. That's the only thing I will say I got right. I got the room, and I got everybody's flights to arrive at the same time. Now, they're supposed to have some thunderstorms too, prayerfully, hopefully. Nobody's flight is delayed, because it's New York. Like, we gotta ride to the hotel together. Another thing, have y'all ever rode the train from the airport? We normally just take a taxi, because the last time I went to New York, the taxi drivers had like signal jammers in like the staging area, so you couldn't even get a signal to call an Uber. They probably cracked down on it since then, but I thought it was hilarious. But y'all know the way that they drive in New York, I'm not gonna say it gives me anxiety, but it's definitely anxiety inducing. And I don't need that for my mother. Like, my mom, she's so smart and she's so sweet. But when it comes to technology, she just be acting like she don't know what's going on. I'm like, bruh, get with the program. So I want to ride the train into the city because that would make it easier for my mother. I could call her a lift, but if I call her a lift, she has to find the lift. That's a problem. I could put her in a taxi, but I could see her making it hard. I really can. Say a prayer for us. I'm so serious. Just say a prayer for us. So, but the fact that we're staying in Grand Central, if the train ride goes well for us, I can just say, hey, ride the train. Get on this line, and you're here. Right? That's a good idea, right? All right. Well, anyway, y'all, my name is Stacia. Thank you so much for listening to me chit chat and listening to our makeup and messy story time. My lashes aren't long. Ooh, a long, like, seductive lash would look real good with this, but that means I would have to do my lashes over. Y'all think I'm okay? I don't know. Let's get back focused. Focus. So yeah, what I was saying is, my name is Stacia. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I think now would be a good time to subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hopefully my energy comes back up because I'm still like, yeah. Speaking of, look at these nails. Oh, I hate them so bad. I like I told her deep French, and she did the pinky. I said, oh, hold on. I said, oh, that looked good. And then I didn't look at the rest of them to the end. I said, oh, God. I almost went back, but the way their pricing is set up, it would have been $45 just to change the color. And I'm like, girl, ain't nobody gonna see you. You'll be okay. Like, just get over yourself. But instead of waiting 3 weeks, just go back in 2 weeks and we'll get something new, because I get Gel X nails. Yeah, I like Gel X because I pretty much go back and forth between, square. We did almond this time. I usually don't do almond. I like almond leto. So I do, a little bit of stiletto with a rounded tip. But this right here, So let's see. We're trying the cream contour. Let's hope it works. But y'all, I done chit-chatted long enough. Y'all gotta give me a little grace today.